everyone. Let's start with the first example on DFA. So the question is DFA, construct DFA to accept string 01 over input 0, comma 1. First, identify, whenever you get any question, identify the language which will be accepted. So you want to construct a DFA which will accept string 01. None other strings will be accepted. For example, if you receive 10, it will be rejected. 110 or 011 000 because your DFA is allowed to accept only one string, which is 01. So let's start. This is my initial state Q0. It will read 0, then it goes to another state Q1. It reads 1 and goes to state Q2. So your DFA is allowed to read only 01. That means Q2 becomes my final state. What if on Q0 I receive a string starting with 1? 1 is not allowed. So in such cases, you create one dead state or trap state. So if Q0 receives 1, then it should go to dead state. It shouldn't allow a string starting with 1. Similarly, you should also take care of other transitions for the other states. So Q0 on 0 and 1, we have already seen. Now Q1 on 1 goes to Q2. But on 0, for example, after reading 0, if I receive one more 0, then it shouldn't be allowed because this string is not accepted. So it goes to dead state. I read 0, I read 1, and now I am on Q2 after reading 0, 1. But suppose if I receive one more 0 again, then this string should also be rejected. So again, it will go to dead state on 0 and on 1. So this will make sure that only 0 and 1 is accepted by DFA. After every problem, you should represent it using 5-tuple notation. So your DFA is shown using the states, initial state, final state, delta, and input values. This is represented by MDFA because we are doing DFA. So Q stands for the number of states. How many states you have? There are 3 states, Q0, Q1, and Q2. Which is your initial state or starting state? It is same as Q0. Which is your final state? Q2. Delta is the transition function. Transition functions can be shown either using transition table or using transition diagram. I will be showing it using transition table. This is how you draw the table. What are your input values? Your input given in the question is 0 and 1. And the number of states are written here, Q0, Q1, and Q2. Starting state is represented using an arrow. Final state is represented using an asterisk. You can place the asterisk here or on the other side. Q0 on 0. Q0 on 0 goes to Q1. Q0 on 1 goes to QD. This is QD, dead state. Now Q1 on 0 goes to QD. Q1 on 1 goes to Q2. Q2 state on 0 and on 1 goes to QD. That is dead state. This is how you show it using transition table. And finally, for input, delta. Your input is given in the question already, just 0, comma 1. This is how you represent pi tuple notation. I hope you must have understood. Thank you.